meeting for November 1st, 2018. First item is the flag. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're having audio problems tonight with the microphones and whatnot, so we're just going to have to speak up, and if you can't hear us, let us know. Okay, minutes of the last meeting?
And we're tabling everything,
Table,
please.
table time ahead, table old business. New business, District 2 update.
So from our conversation last week, I feel like it was last week, it was actually just 2 days ago. From our conversation on Tuesday, we left it that Mr. Langley was going to go out and take a look at New Bridge Road. I think that Mrs. Carter went with him. He had some opinions when he got back as far as how we should handle it, and Dave and I did have some conversations with FR Carroll, and I asked him to come and kind of catch you up on it, because it's not just a quick decision. And then we have a couple of other minor things that we want to run by you. So let's start with New Bridge Road. Dave, you want to tell them what you and Cindy and FR Carroll thought was best at this point?
Yes. The other night, Tuesday night after the Selectmen meeting, me and Cindy had went over and looked at it. We found, we found 3 culverts that have all been in that road for 30 plus years that need to be replaced. We're going to do a paving or anything like that, start at the bottom of the utilities and work the way up. The big culvert that's right there at the major stream crossing between Wilson Lake and Horn Pond, that should be addressed. Structurally, it seems to be fine. The hot top is failing on the top, it's just cold patch and everything. Speaking with Mrs. Hart, we may have a chance to get a grant, seeing that it's a major stream crossing. There's grant money out there, we've got some fish that are spawning in that area. We have a potential to get that, probably most of it or all of it paid to replace the culvert. So after that conversation, the next day I talked to Frank Carroll, president, owner of FI Carroll. Said, hey, what do you think about drag in the section of this, so on and so forth. Point blank, it's a waste of money. I mean, the best thing you could do is probably go 10 to 15 feet over that culvert each side, button it up so snow plows don't cut into it if we have an open winter for a safety issue. But if that road does need attention, we're slated to fix that next year. Isn't worth, like he said, you're looking at, $10,000 to $14,000. That it ain't a cheap drag shop. And it's too late. The man said his back's against the wall. Another rainy day today, tomorrow. It's just not feasible. As a taxpayer, and as presented, it's just let's just fix up what we need to do. We'll pay that over that culvert to make it safe and do that. So that takes care of our conversation with that.
So in regards to when we last spoke, we talked about doing a little bit of handwork
That's correct.
around those culverts, just to button it up for winter.
Yeah.
I know last time you sent me a message, you weren't able to reach him. Did you
Yeah,
ever connect?
Yes, I did. Today I was
Okay,
able to get hold of him, and he says, hey, if you need, and I asked him, we weren't sure what the language was with the contract, he understands the situation, and he says, no, whatever you need to do, whether I do it with a couple of guys, or I reach out to a couple small paving outfits and see if they might be able to fit something in. I did. I talked to Bill Plant from Plant Excavating tonight. Same thing. They're backs against the wall. There's some big stuff to finish up. It's just the time. So
So did they give you any idea what this little bit of hand patching around these culverts might cost?
well, usually if the numbers are usually if we were to go buy the hot top as myself as Once Again Farm or Plant and Son, you're looking at $165 a ton for handwork. That's the material handwork, but Mr. Carroll said that the town of Acton has an account there.
And we have and I'd have to pull his bid, we should have done that before we came in, but there, he did bid on handwork as well. But the question is, will he have time to do it?
And he said he probably doesn't. We don't know. Are we going to be back to plowing snow a week from now? I hope not. Or is it going to keep raining? That's the thing. You've got to grab that window, and if it is, they have contracts with other people. So, I lost my train of thought there. So that's where we're at that there. Oh, like I said, I talked to Frank. And Frank said that we have an account, the town has an account there.
Mhm.
So, you know, no problem, just don't come over and do what you want, put it on their account. And he said, whatever you need hand tools, well, whatever I can do to help you guys out, because I know the situation, I'm more than glad to help out.
So is it something that you and your guys can do?
That's what it's looked like we're gonna do. Fortunate enough, I've had to use up some vacation time, and, you know, so the end of next week, if the weather's good, I wanna take a day or half a day, and, you know, I'll keep you guys informed what's going on, watch the weather.
So hold that thought just for a second, 'cause we're trying to incorporate this possible position as well. So you know that we're going into the executive session shortly, so the board can review the application. So it's gonna be hard pressed for you to make a decision as to whether or not you want him to do that in the next, week and a half, or if you wanna look at these first and say, we may have a candidate that can step into the role, maybe we let him finish it. But we're so close to winter, maybe you just wanna authorize him now. I just want to make sure that, I just want to double check the FR Carroll bid and where it was awarded. I'd kind of like to get something from him.
No, that's
signed off,
fine, and
if he's okay with
I
signing
understand
tomorrow.
completely.
But if you're going to use his material, that would be okay.
Yeah, I understand completely. I end up doing this at my regular
You
job.
know how municipal
Big bid,
bids are.
Pipe projects and stuff, I understand where we're at there, so.
So while they're thinking about that, you want to talk about the trees on that road?
Yes, so when we got there, and I believe this is where, this was asked quite some time ago, there was some dead tree. First thing I noticed is the deputy fire chief down, we have a hazard. There's a 12, 14-inch pine that's dead. If this comes down, it's gonna take the wires down, block the road, so on and so forth. I reached out knowing that Abbott Tree Service, Dick Bentley, works for the town, and was working for Mr. Mooney this past week on some trees and stump and grinds, grinding stumps. He was approached after town meeting with a list of roads in the South District.
Yeah, he was in communications with District 2 before the resignation. He was
Yes.
scheduled to
But
remove those trees.
he never was said, okay, go ahead, go take care of this. This is something, So I went around last night and looked, there's a couple, there is some trees on the New Bridge Road that are dead, that should be removed because of the hazard. And then there's also a couple down on Hop Road that still have flags on them, that look like holes on them. The same thing, they're rocking, they're hazards. So, Dick Bentley's price was $1,200 a day. That is to cut the tree down, chip the brush, all the logs off of his log truck. That's what he gets, that's what he does for the city of Sanford, that's what he does, that's what we're doing now. And if for some reason we have a stump hazard on the side of the road, a hazard for plowing or a travel hazard, he gets $800 a day, flat rate to grind stuff. So if we, depending on how big the stump, he can do 3 big, huge ones a day, or do 28-inch stumps a day.
And when you and I spoke, you thought that he could get the tree work done in one day.
Yes.
So we'd be looking at a maximum, just so they have to get a maximum numbers. And then if he had to stump it out, it's still 1 day max.
Yes.
So it's still
Is
doing
that, is that just New Bridge Road?
New Bridge
Or is that
Hopper.
Both.
Okay.
You do both
Yeah,
roads
and
in
if
one
you
day?
guys authorize me, this weekend, we'll go look at them, we'll take the trees, like I said, there is a couple down on the
I
top
noticed
road.
some trees on New Bridge were painted. Did you notice that?
Yes, and he said that the process had been started, but then it stopped and nobody contacted him, and he told me that he reached out to District 2 and said, what's going on, just saying things, that scheduling work, making sure things are, and it was gonna follow through, so.
The trees on New Bridge Road that you looked at, and you think of the ones that are marked, is that all the tree work that's gonna need to be done for next year?
No.
So I thought, no, you still got more to
Yeah,
work.
there's,
These are just hazards.
and these are hazards, there's a couple dead pines, a couple dead hardwoods, and they're very visible, the trees, there's nothing you can do with the trees.
He was afraid that we told he was afraid they were gonna come down, so.
Yep.
And,
So what are your thoughts on him working these next 2 weeks and just, starting this handwork project?
I mean, the only reason why that I reached out to Jennifer is that, we're 2 or 3 weeks out before you fill this position.
Right.
And then there's gonna be a couple more, because these guys.
And it could snow.
I'd rather get it started and get us on the books, get us scheduled, so.
And I told the board that yesterday, when Dave and I spoke yesterday, I asked him to go ahead and schedule it with Abbott, because whether it was him that was gonna do it,
Yeah.
or whoever you guys appointed, he wanted it scheduled, because he thought they were a hazard, so.
Are the stumps that are there going to be a hazard for plowing? I mean, the trees,
The two
haven't
trees,
been, but,
no, the two trees we saw way back, they weren't here, they just,
Okay.
they left, they left
okay.
and everything. There's 3 trees that are marked that have been there ever since the road was built, they're all scarred up, and if they redid the road, they'll have to be removed.
Yep.
If we remove them, you see the trees now that do have reflectors on them, and so you know that the culvert's
Yep.
there. So if we remove them, we're gonna have to find some reflective steel posts, and we need to make sure we take care of the hazard. Under state law and MMA,
Right.
we need to make sure that the public's aware of the hazard they're approaching.
But you think the trees are gonna, could come down this winter, is that what you said?
Not the 3 small ones on the right going north on the bridge. We've plowed around them for years, I don't know.
It's the other ones that
Yeah,
So,
I don't have any issues with taking care of the hazard trees and getting hot top and have Dave do it. You know, it would be kind of foolish not to.
And the other spot that would need to be addressed is those 2 cross stitches on the Hop Road to pull Mr. King's old residence.
One of those is horrible, so.
You know, the ones on the further side are, you know, are good, but there are 2 that it drops off.
The one closest this way
That's correct, right,
is,
flat.
and it's the inbound side of it. It's got a hellacious drop to it, so. Yeah, I mean, if you're hot topping over here, run over there and fill that.
Yeah. So I ran some numbers, we're probably gonna be, we'll probably be about 9-10 ton. And as you know, it's cold, I do not have a heated body on my truck, so you always make sure you get a little extra to keep the rest of it warm. But we'll be all set up, ready to go, you know, we'll tack them, we blow them off, we'll tack them, put tack down for bonds, and everything, and do what we usually do.
board's all set with those 3 projects?
I am, yeah.
And there was one other thing, we went, you were gonna take a look at the dirt
Yes.
roads.
Yes, in another one of our conversations we had, another loose end, I went to check, was the dirt section on the Edgerton Road. It's approximately, from what I could tell, it's approximately 15 to maybe 2,000 feet of dirt road down there. I was able to run into Mr. Kyle Davis today and picked his brain a little bit, and now I know exactly where we are, how far to go down. The road's in good shape. There's a few spots that's a little ruddy. If it was on a maintenance program, it'd be something that you would address, but there's no big potholes, there's 1 or 2 small ones, but, you know, there's no traffic hazard there. The only other dirt piece that I know of, I went to check was up the old Peck Farm, at the end of the Peck Road, and there's no traffic up there, so that it isn't potted out, that's in good shape. That's all I know of on the District 2 side of the road, so we're in good shape on that there, but again, I just wanted to check it out so we don't end up, you know, the ground ends up freezing and they got forgotten, so let's just, you know, a little bit of maintenance, a little bit of planning, so.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
All right, so get started on those 2 things?
Yes, I will, and I'll be in touch with you, we'll text back and forth.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks for stepping up and doing this, Dave. Okay. Nothing else for District 2 updates? Okay, at this point, we're going to head into executive session pursuant to main title 1 MRSA 405 6A. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to go into executive session.
And I'll second that.
Move to second, any discussion? Call for vote, all in favor? All opposed? We most likely won't be making any decisions when we come back out tonight, so it's up to you whether you want to hang around or not. So,
Will you have public comment when they return? That, I guess that would, I'm not sure.
I don't know, I don't see any real need for public comment
I just
tonight.
wanted to give them a chance if they didn't want to stay.
Little things,
Say
yeah.
what I'm saying.
We've got another meeting coming up Wednesday, because Tuesday's election day, so we'll be meeting again on Wednesday, 5 o'clock as usual. So, okay, executive session.
Make a motion to come out of executive session.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all those in favor? All opposed? Okay. No decisions are going to be made tonight on anything that we did in executive session. So I guess right now, if there's any public comment, we'll take that. Seeing none, we'll move right on, announcements. We basically did that the other night. So, we have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Move second, all in favor? All opposed?